Right, this video is about the ongoing agenda from since time immemorial to just wipe out Vedic people and all the Vedic people in the world. All you ever noticed that when I tell somebody throughout my whole life, I on earth 35 years now, right? 36 years is gonna be, right? 36 years I'll be this year, right? All you realize, right? Because I was watching over me all this time. All you realize every time I tell somebody in my life, hey, well, as Vedic and whatever. Or do we talk about religion? Well, all you know, I not really attached to religion per se, but I was initiated to the Vedic Hinduism, right? So when I mentioned the term Vedic, I realized that, hey, 99.9.5, 99.7%, 99%, in fact, 100%. And let's be real, 100% of the people, right, that I communicated with in this life, they didn't know what Vedic is. They didn't know what a Vedic is. They didn't know the difference between Sanatana and Vedic, right? Only noticed that all the angels was looking over me, right? Only noticed that hey, every single person, right? Every single person since I mentioned that word, right? Every conversation I come across, right? And nobody know even was the difference between Vedic and Sanatanas, right? Hindu. And nobody ever even know the difference between them two things, right? One type of Hindu and the next type of Hindu, right? Only know that there's an ongoing agenda apparently, and this is why I come to realize, right? The agenda is to wipe out all Vedics, right? All Vedic Hindus, right? To make Islam the dominant religion and Christianity. Islam and Christianity had to become dominant religion, and they want to wipe out Vedic people, which is the original peoples, right? Like the people who still Vedics, right? Is the original peoples, right? Anybody in the world right now who's Vedic in this spiritual war, right? Anybody who's a Vedic is had to be amongst the original peoples, right? So that is what the ongoing agenda. All you notice in Trinidad and Tobago, the Vedic community is this small, right? If you find one person, right, that's how you know a true follower, right? A true follower of God, right? Not of the Christ. Ain't nobody died for my sins, ain't nobody died for all the sins. A true believer of God, right, is actually Vedic Hindu, right? And nobody, right? Only realize the Vedic population in Trinidad and Tobago is a dot, right? And in India, you even hear about that. I never even hear nothing, but nothing Vedic in India, in any other country, wherever, right? Because they want the spread of religions as well, 2 3 years old, right? Little baby religions, or to spread baby religion, right, all over the world, right? Because people don't have a fucking backbone, right? You'll rarely find somebody in this life with a backbone who can stand up for truth, right? Really, you wanna find somebody, right? Then you have illusions coming and saying, oh, illusion people, right? Coming and saying, oh, I don't know how to explain this, but is Vedic civilization is not even the truth, right? They have illusions like that. Oh, surrender unto surrender, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me because I is God, right? You have illusion people telling you, hey, I is God on earth. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, right? You have illusions like that, right? Telling you abandon your religion, right? In fact, manipulating you to abandon your religion, right? That is illusion. That is illusions, right? That what tell you what white people is be doing, right? They're taking your divine flipping knowledge, right, from India, telling you, hey, all you fucking vomit, girl. Hey, my hoes and bitches out there, all you fucking vomit. Hey, here what? This is how stink these people is, right? Whites, right? Taking your divine scriptural flipping knowledge, right? Written in the ancient records from donkey fucking years ago, right? I'm telling you from the beginning of time, right? Them taking your divine knowledge, right? That existing from the beginning of time, right? From the beginning of time, right? Now coming and telling you that them is God, right? That them is God, right? And abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto He, right? Abandon your religion and surrender unto He, right? That's how flippin' dirty. That is how flippin' dirty, right? This religious spiritual warfare is. That is how dirty this warfare is, right? trying to convince me, right, and manipulate me. You can't manipulate a master psychologist, right? Hey, trying to manipulate me into abandoning my original religion. From not even way back then, but in this life too, because I returned it in this life, is you had to return it, right? Is he had to return it, right? He trying to convince me, right, to abandon the religion that I know to be true. Because I was an original person back then, still an original person now, right? Original back then, original now, original today, right? Original back then, original today, right? And they have this flipping A, abandon all variety of religion and surrender unto you. Who wants to surrender unto you? I don't want to surrender unto you. Ain't no real one bitch want to surrender unto you, my boy, right? Ain't nobody want to surrender unto you, right? Ain't nobody want to surrender unto you, right? What all you do was real fucking fucker. Hey, ain't nobody want to surrender unto you, right? Is and I was say the truth is either you stick wholesale to your flipping Muslim religion. In this time, and if you're Muslim, just stick to that. I just stick to it. Right? Just leave all the Prophet Muhammad, whoever. I just stick to complete absolute monotheistic flipping Allah worship, right? Or you stick to Vedic Hinduism. And this for the entire world, right? Or you see this freaking illusion? Right? You see this illusion, but abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto you. Right? I break in that. Not me and that partner, right? That's why I might end up dying, right, with $10 in my bank account. I might end up dying with $10 in my bank account because here what? I not fucking doing that, right? I not doing that, right? I am not. I'm sorry, but I am sorry, but I am not utterly devoted to you, right? I am not one of the 16,000 wives, right? I do not consider myself into that bracket, right? I'm not one of the 16,000 wives of any flippin' fluffet, right? No, I could become a fluffet if I want to become a fluffet, right? I have separated myself, and there's a vocal separation, spoken word declaration that I am disassociated, right, with any attachment that anybody want to call me with regard to that book, right? And that statement in that book, Fluffet Wives, right? I am not the wife. I am not amongst, right, the wives. And I do not wish to be amongst any wives, right? I do not wish to be in the category, right, of any wives of any Fluffet, right? Prophet Fluffet, right? I do not consider myself in a category. I place myself in my own separate category, right? I have placed myself in my own category, right? So anybody wanted to come and be like, he's the Fluffet wife. You use one of the Fluffet wives. Use one of the Fluffet wives, right? You see that flipping verse and flipping verses, right? That is drive me, where? Up a fucking wall, right? You see this flipping Fluffet wives talk, right? Them verses, watch, I can flicking hold that, right? And freaking tear that fucking page out, right? You see that flipping Fluffet wives bullshit, right? Bullshit, right? That's how loyal I is to one flipping person, right? So this for both flipping Christianity and Islam that want to judge people. Hey, they still flipping judge. Hey, who want to judge people as great who, and my loyalty to one person if I'm in a relationship so fucking hardcore that this is where I reach. Like, this is where I reach. These videos is where I have reached, right? Look, I willing to degrade myself to the lowest low cuss on these videos. I don't care what nobody say about me, right? Just to let the world know what a dunce fucking religions always be following, right? Dunce fucking religions, right? Dunce fucking religions, right? That is judge people as great whores, people who loyalty so fucking hardcore to one person, or they have no idea, right? You take the person who loyalty so fucking hardcore to one person, right? Take a person who loyalty, and I'll know whose loyalty so fucking hardcore, manipulate them, then judging them as a great whore, right? That's unfair. That's an unfair position to be to do to people. That's an unfair position to have to put all yourself in. To put me in is an unfair position, right? For all you to put all yourself into that position to do that to somebody, right? And all you need to fucking feel the fucking A. All you need to realize what the flip all it is be doing to people. All you take a female, me, right? Whose loyalty, and all you know who I is, right? All you take me, whose loyalty is so fucking hardcore to one person, right? My organic self. Loyalty to one person is 100% fucking hardcore. If I were to be in a real relationship for real, manipulate me and then judge me as a great flip. I taking this to my fucking grave. Like I taking this to my fucking grave, right? I am taking this to my grave, right? I am taking this to the cremation site, right? I taking this to the cremation site. I ain't no two ways about it, right? Because that's real massive, right? What was done to me was massive, right? Massive, right? You take somebody who's so flippin' hardcore loyal to do these videos, to prove my loyalty, right? To make videos like this, degrading myself to the lowest of the fucking low on camera, right? Cursing and getting like a big fucking jackass on camera, publicly, right? To make it known that all your religion is a whole bunch of fuckery for what the fuck it do to me. And this fucking British monarchy, all you gotta fucking pay for this, right? Because you know why? I taken it to my grave, right? So every black fucking cent and pound and penny, right? And 50 cents coin and this pence coin, every single thing, right? All you gotta end up flipping donating every cent, right? Because I am taking this shit to my grave, right? Which means if I taking that to my grave, all you had to pay for it, right? If I am taking this to my grave, right, then every last pound, pence, right, penny, right, all you have to flip and donate. Because if I, Vijay Ramkissoon, does, hey, I just take things to my grave, I just take things to my cremation site, right, and if I taking this situation to Mosquito Creek, right, if I'm taking this situation to Mosquito Creek, right, it means that all you have to donate every flipping cent, right, because of all you flipping do to me. Take the hey, seek knowledge, right? Seek knowledge, right? Or let's take the most loyal person in all our history, right? Manipulate them into being a whore, cheating, right? And then judge that person and make that person take on the karma for the whole world, for the whole cheating world, right? You know what that is? A transgression, a large transgression, right? Or let's take the person who is the most loyal person in all of history, right? All of history, all of history, right? Manipulate that person to be a hoe, to cheat, right? And then judge me, right? And then judge me for it, right? Here what? Seek knowledge, right? Good.